Hey Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. RASUL Douglas has officially signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, and the entire NFL world is buzzing with shock and excitement. Nobody saw this coming. Not the insiders, not the fans, and certainly not the Buffalo Bills, who were counting on Douglas to anchor their secondary for another season. The Raiders, out of nowhere, pulled off a move that feels like a power play, a statement that they're done being overlooked in the AFC West. For months, there had been whispers about the Raiders wanting a veteran corner with leadership, grit, and the ability to shut down elite receivers. But RASUL Douglas? That's a game changer. He's the kind of player who brings swagger, attitude, and a chip on his shoulder, and that energy fits perfectly with what the Raiders are trying to build. Vegas fans woke up to the news like it was Christmas morning, while Bills fans were left in disbelief, wondering how this deal slipped through management's fingers. Some are saying the Raiders overpaid. Others believe this could be the signing that finally stabilizes their defense. Whatever the truth is, one thing's for sure. This move just sent shockwaves through the league, and everyone's talking about it. For the Raiders, this signing is more than just adding another defensive back. It's about redefining their identity. RASUL Douglas isn't a flashy, highlight reel player. He's a grinder, a technician, someone who brings fire to every snap. When you watch him play, you see intensity in every move, and that's exactly what this Raiders defense has been missing. Over the past few years, Vegas has been criticized for inconsistency and lack of discipline, especially in the secondary. Douglas changes that dynamic instantly. He's known for his football IQ, his ability to read offenses, and his knack for clutch plays in big moments. Remember that pick six against Kansas City last season? Plays like that shift momentum and define locker rooms. And the Raiders, a team built on history, pride, and swagger, now have a defensive leader who embodies all of that. Social media exploded within minutes of the announcement. Black and silver emojis everywhere. Fans chanting, "Just win, baby," online like it's 1980 again. It's clear this signing isn't just strategic, it's cultural. RASUL Douglas brings credibility, toughness, and belief back to a team starving for both. Meanwhile, in Buffalo, there's confusion, frustration, and a sense of loss. The Bills' defense was already dealing with injuries and depth issues, and losing RASUL Douglas feels like another gut punch for a fan base that's been chasing a Super Bowl dream for years. Douglas was seen as a key piece of Sean McDermott's system, a player who provided stability and veteran presence in the locker room. His departure raises tough questions about the team's front office decisions and whether the Bills are quietly entering a retooling phase. Fans are already venting online, saying management fumbled this one badly. Some insiders claim contract disagreements and differences in long-term vision led to the split, while others whisper that Douglas wanted a fresh start, a bigger spotlight, and a leadership role the Bills weren't ready to give him. Whatever the reason, it's clear that this move leaves a hole not only on the field but in the locker room. Buffalo now has to scramble to find a replacement, and that's no small task when you lose someone as mentally sharp and physically reliable as RASUL Douglas. For Bills Mafia, this feels like a betrayal wrapped in shock. The Raiders' locker room, on the other hand, is reportedly electric right now. Players are fired up, coaches are buzzing, and there's a new energy in the air that's hard to ignore. RASUL Douglas arrived in Vegas like a man on a mission, confident, composed, but ready to prove something. He spoke to reporters briefly after landing, saying only, "I came here to win. That's all that matters." That simple statement set the tone. In a division dominated by Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Raiders have been searching for defensive difference-makers who can change the outcome of games. Douglas gives them that edge. His combination of size, instincts, and veteran savvy could help the Raiders finally slow down the high-octane offenses they face every year. Teammates like Max Crosby have already expressed excitement online, calling the signing exactly what we needed. Even longtime fans are saying this feels like a turning point. The Raiders have always loved players who play with attitude, who bring heart and grit, and RASUL, Douglas embodies all of it. Vegas might just have found their missing defensive spark. As the dust settles, analysts across the league are scrambling to interpret what this means for both franchises. For the Raiders, this is a clear signal that they're serious about competing now, not in some vague next-year scenario. RASUL Douglas isn't a developmental project. He's a proven commodity who elevates everyone around him. His presence allows the defensive coordinator to be more aggressive, to trust that his corners can hold their ground while the pass rush goes hunting. For Buffalo, though, the narrative feels eerily familiar. Another offseason where a key player slips away while fans are told to trust the process. There's no denying the Bills have been one of the top AFC teams for years, but losing experienced talent like Douglas could tilt the balance in critical games. Already, pundits are debating whether this move makes the Raiders legitimate playoff contenders. Some say it's a risk, others call it a masterstroke. Either way, the league just got more interesting, and everyone's watching how Douglas adapts to the bright lights of Vegas. Behind the scenes, there's talk that RASUL Douglas had his eyes on Vegas for a while. Sources close to him suggest he was drawn to the team's attitude, its underdog mentality, and the chance to lead a young defense hungry for respect. The Raiders reportedly courted him quietly, avoiding the media spotlight until everything was finalized, which only adds to the mystique of the move. This wasn't a panic signing. It was calculated. Douglas wanted a new chapter, and Vegas offered exactly that. Hill with a silver and black with pride, joining a franchise known for defying expectations and embracing chaos. Fans are already buying his jersey, posting edits, and proclaiming him the next great Raider. For a team with such a storied past, RASUL Douglas feels like a perfect fit, gritty, overlooked, and relentless. In the NFL, moments like these often define seasons. Whether this move takes the Raiders to the next level or not, one thing's certain. They've made everyone sit up and pay attention. The storm has officially hit the desert, and RASUL Douglas is at the eye of it. Now, in the second wave of reactions, the narrative surrounding RASUL Douglas's move to the Raiders is evolving fast. What started as shock is now turning into speculation. What did Vegas promise him behind closed doors? Reports suggest the deal is lucrative, not just in terms of money, but in leadership incentives, meaning Douglas will have a real voice in shaping the defense. That's something he's earned over the years with his work ethic and football IQ. The Raiders' front office is being praised for finally moving boldly, for refusing to play it safe. After years of half measures and inconsistent moves, this signing feels like a turning point in how they approach roster building. Fans have been desperate for this kind of decisive action. Not just talk, not just hope. Douglas brings something tangible, something visible. You can feel it in the way teammates talk about him, in the way social media clips of his first practice are going viral. The man radiates leadership, and Vegas has always loved a showman with substance. This could easily become the defining move of their season. The kind of addition that turns a fringe contender into a team nobody wants to face come December. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills locker room is processing the loss, and it's clear it's hit harder than expected. Players have been sharing cryptic posts online, referencing brotherhood, loyalty, and unfinished business. RASUL Douglas wasn't just another guy. He was a glue player, someone who kept the defense connected. His absence leaves both an emotional and strategic gap that can't easily be filled. Some insiders hint that the relationship between Douglas and management had been strained since the offseason, with disagreements about scheme fit and his future role in the defense. Others claim it was simply a numbers game. The Bills needed cap space, and the Raiders were ready to offer what Buffalo couldn't. Regardless, this move changes the AFC landscape. For a team built around continuity and trust, losing a cornerstone like Douglas feels like a setback that could linger deeper than fans realize. The timing, right before the crucial mid-season stretch, makes it even tougher to swallow. Bills Mafia is already demanding answers, and unless the front office responds quickly, the noise around this decision will only grow louder. Back in Vegas, though, it's all celebration and swagger. RASUL Douglas is embracing his new role with style, arriving at team facilities in a sleek black suit and silver sunglasses, instantly becoming the face of the defense. The Raiders' marketing team wasted no time. Billboards across the city now flash his name, his image paired with the phrase, "New Era." Same attitude. It's a perfect fit for the Raiders brand. Bold, brash, and unapologetic. Coaches are reportedly thrilled with how quickly he's adapted to their playbook, taking command during walkthroughs and mentoring younger players like he's been there for years. Even veterans are feeding off his energy. This kind of cultural impact is hard to measure, but easy to feel. Vegas is buzzing. Sports talk shows can't stop discussing it, and the Raiders suddenly look like they believe again. For a franchise that's often been written off, this feels like redemption. Rasul Douglas didn't just sign a contract, he ignited a movement. The desert hasn't seen this much fire in a long time, and it's spreading fast. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Still, skeptics remain. Some analysts argue that Rasul Douglas, while talented, isn't enough to fix the Raiders' deeper defensive issues. They point out that Vegas still struggles against the pass and lacks depth behind the starters. But that criticism misses the bigger picture. Leadership changes everything. Douglas brings accountability, a voice in the huddle, and a standard of excellence that forces everyone around him to elevate their game. He's the type of player who studies film late, calls teammates out when needed, and sets the tone with his play. The Raiders haven't had that kind of defensive alpha in years. It's easy to focus on stats, but football's soul lives in culture, and Douglas is rewriting it in Vegas. For the first time in a while, the Raiders' defense doesn't just want to compete, they want to dominate. Even opposing players have taken notice, calling Douglas's arrival a game-changer and a statement signing. Whether it translates into wins is yet to be seen, but the psychological shift is undeniable. The Raiders are playing with purpose again, and that's a dangerous thing in the AFC West. As the season looms, the pressure is on. The Raiders have built a roster filled with potential, but plagued by inconsistency in recent years. Rasul Douglas steps into that chaos like a steady hand, a veteran who's been through it all. Trades, adversity, comebacks. He's not fazed by the bright lights or the big stage. Instead, he thrives in it. Teammates have already mentioned how his confidence rubs off on everyone, especially the younger corners. Practices have reportedly become more intense, more focused. You can feel a shift, a seriousness, a hunger. This is what great teams are built on, identity. And Douglas brings that identity with him everywhere he goes. For fans who've waited years for the Raiders to truly feel like the Raiders again, this might be the start. It's still early, but there's electricity in the air, that feeling that something special is brewing. Douglas said it best during his first team huddle, "We're done being doubted." Those 5 words might end up defining not just his tenure, but the Raiders' entire season. In the end, what makes this story so captivating isn't just the trade itself, but the ripple effect it's creating across the league. Rasul Douglas leaving Buffalo for Vegas represents more than a player changing teams. It's a shift in energy, in narrative, in belief. The Raiders, long dismissed as chaotic and unpredictable, suddenly look like they have a plan. The Bills, once the symbol of consistency, now face questions about direction. It's poetic, really. One team losing its anchor, another gaining a spark. The NFL thrives on stories like this. Drama, redemption, revenge. Fans love it, analysts dissect it, and players live it. Douglas's journey from overlooked to indispensable is the kind of arc that keeps this league alive. And now, as he suits up in silver and black, the stage is set for the next chapter. Whether it ends in triumph or heartbreak, one thing's certain. Rasul Douglas has everyone watching. The desert lights have never shone brighter, and the league just found its newest obsession. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.